Hello, everyone. We are.
Cut. Take two.
Hey, everybody. We are at lightning round question 19. And this question comes from a listener who we appreciate very much. And it's a really good question. And we appreciate that not only has he given us the question, because it's really a big one, but the background to it. I think the background is going to help us a lot. The question is this: is it sinful to gamble? But the background that he gave us is that it's more really for him out of curiosity. It's not something he's personally tempted to do because he just doesn't gamble at all. But he does run a football game at work, and it's completely for fun. No money is involved at all. Now, as he offers this game for coworkers to play, there's going to be a few of them who've asked him through the process of time, why isn't there any money involved? And he has more than one reason to say, well, here's why. But he was pretty sure that in answering some of these people that the Bible said, do not gamble. And so that verse does not exist. The thou shalt not gamble is not in the Bible. He knows that. We know that. And so because there wasn't a direct scripture rebuking gambling just that specifically, what is the answer? And I like that a lot. So the question for Kurt is it sinful for us, for Christians, to gamble?
And that is a relevant question today, as gambling is rife and freely available in our society. First of all, I'd like to commend this brother for his example. As he says, he runs a football game at work, but only for fun. He is not going to involve any money in it at all. So he's taking a stand in righteousness. That also gives him the opportunity to teach because, as he says, people will ask him, naturally, this football pool, there's no money in it. What's the deal? Because that's all they're ever used to. That's what a football pool's for. So this brother is doing the right thing and, as I mentioned, providing an opportunity for teaching the gospel. Yes, it's true. The Bible does not have a verse that specifically prohibits gambling. However, I believe gambling violates several principles that are found in the scriptures. First one is probably one of the most important principles that Jesus laid down in Matthew 7:12. Do to others what you want them to do to you. Now, gambling involves doing something to another person that you do not want them to do to you. Yep. You're trying to get their money. You don't place your bet with the intention of losing it. You want to win the other guy's money. And conversely, he is wanting to win yours. So neither one of you is doing to the other what you would want them to do to you.
Right.
So that is a violation of probably one of the most well-known commandments in the Bible, the so-called golden rule that Jesus himself lays down. Secondly, gambling's often been called stealing by mutual consent because, again, you are not putting your money out there with the intention of giving it to the other person. You're not even giving it to them. You're just laying it out there, not necessarily willing to give it to them. You're trying to get theirs with your money. But Ephesians 4:28 tells us you shall not steal. So what are you doing for that person? He's not willingly giving you that money. You're taking it from him. Gambling, even if it's mutually agreed on, it is an attempt to take the other person's property with no loss to you. That's stealing when you take someone else's property without their willingness. Now, they may consent because it's gambling and, okay, you won, I lose my bucks, whatever. But that was not their intent. No. They didn't want to do that. So you're fundamentally taking their property against their will, and that's stealing. Another thing to look at, too, 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 2 tells us we're to be good stewards of the provisions that God has given to us. God gives us the health to work. We are to earn money in order to meet our own needs, but Paul also says to have in order to give to those who have need. Gambling, to my mind, is not good stewardship of the money God gives to us. Mm-hmm. You're taking some of that money and you're putting it up with the hope of winning other money. with that. The odds are set against you when you're gambling. No matter what, the odds are not in your favor that you're going to win. So to put your money that God has given you onto a chance that you can win more is not only good stewardship, but it's a violation of the principles that we see in the Bible is how you get money. The only examples we find in the scriptures for getting money is in honorable ways. You work for it, or you trade something for it. You sell an item and receive money in return, or that money is gifted to you. Someone just gives you some money because they want to. Wonderful thing. Gambling doesn't fit into any of those. You're trying to take money. You're not really working for it. No one's willingly giving it to you as a gift, and you're not selling anything to obtain it. Yes, you're losing some of your money, but again, that's not your intent. So in a lot of ways, gambling just doesn't fit in with what the Bible teaches a Christian should do and how a Christian should behave. And we can just ask a question. If you gamble and you happen to win a lot of money, are you willing to let that be known to all your brethren? Hey, I just got $50,000 playing the lottery, or I was in a poker game with the buds the other night and I won $150. You're not going to tell anybody, I don't think. I sure wouldn't. Well, if you got to hide it from your brethren, how right is it then? If you have done something that you have to hide, not a good thing.
Nope.
So there again, is it something that I'm going to do that would honor Jesus? And I'll just close with a quote from 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 15 and 16. Peter said, "It is God's will that by doing good you should silence the ignorance of foolish men. Live in freedom, but do not use your freedom as a cover-up for evil. Live as servants of God."